Casey Experience.
Viewer discretion is advised.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hit it, kids. What time is it?
Are you ready to begin? Let the games begin.
Hit it as we go a little something like this.
It's the Brian and Casey Experience, featuring Brian Thomas and Casey Cochran.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Beg your pardon? Forgot to knock.
You must be joking.
Welcome to the Chinatown. A Chinatown-tang. A Chinatown-tang.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Hey, everyone, come and see how good I look.
Does he look like a bitch?
Everybody be cool. You be cool.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
God, I love being a turtle!
Great Scott.
Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. Everybody on? Good. Great.
Grand, wonderful.
And here we go.
And now, here's Brian and Casey.
Welcome, everyone, to the Brian and Casey Experience, episode 26. Woohoo! We're getting there, Case. We're getting there.
They sound a little bit more energetic than normal.
I think they are, you know. I mean, I admit, I think we put out some damn good episodes these last 3 episodes. I don't know. Maybe not the Bond. I don't know. It depends on who you are. If you're a Bond fan, maybe not. Anyway, I am your...
Ask me if I care.
Whatever. What?
Boo this man.
So we're going to go back to introducing ourselves. I am your host, Brian Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Casey Cochran. I'm having a hell of a good time.
I can tell. Wow, you really are slacking tonight.
Why?
It's usually... And I'm Casey Cochran. We are recording from... Coming at you from the Bachelor Pad Studios in glorious Towson, Maryland. Boo this man.
Is that what you think I sound like?
Huh?
Is that what you think I sound like?
Well, you sound like you have a sinus infection all the time, too. Honestly, when we first started off, you know, I was like, I don't know if this guy's got quite the radio voice, per se. I don't know.
Whatever. Your dog, like, apparently wants to play with me.
Yeah,
right
just
now.
push her away. It's okay. She'll get the point. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, let me try that again. I got distracted.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm Casey Cochran.
Douchebag.
Excuse me?
Excuse
I think that's like the pot calling.
Excuse yourself. You're excused. Carry on.
There's no excuse for you. Yeah, you calling me a douchebag is like the pot calling the kettle black over there.
Well,
but yeah, like I said, I'm Casey Cochran, and like Brian mentioned, we. You could keep interrupting me while I'm trying to.
Hey, you know, until you get it right, then you know. I am a perfectionist, sir. You know.
We're coming at you from the glorious Bachelor Pad Studios in Towson, Maryland.
You really?
AKA the Jersey Shore.
Because, you know, it doesn't feel like we're in the Jersey Shore tonight, or Towson. It feels kind of like we're, how do I say this? It kind of feels like we're in a winter wonderland right about now, you know?
No, you don't have any fake snow.
Huh?
You don't have fake snow. Yes, my favorite Christmas song.
Because I think it is December 1st, by the way, and Christmas, we are only 24 days away.
Oh, are we really going to do this?
Huh?
So what are we going to do?
We're not doing a countdown. I'm just saying we're only 24 days away. And you know what? I think I put up a Christmas tree in here.
Yeah.
Put up a couple raven stockings, a Christmas wreath, which, you know, you did finally notice, you know.
No, because what happened was I came in your building, and since you live in like would you call this a condo or
This is an apartment complex.
Apartment complex. And all the doors are, you know, the entrance to your apartment is indoors,
right?
And it looks kind of like a dorm style. So all the doors are very, very similar. And I identify your door by your wreath because you used to have a beach themed wreath, with seashells, which looked like your mother put it up there because she did. And then I was looking for that wreath.
Nag.
And then you switched it up on me and put a Christmas wreath up.
Right.
So I like the Christmas wreath, by the way.
But now we're more in a winter wonderland now.
Christmas tree with the white lights, and you have your dog's paw print in whatever that is.
Another work of art from my mother.
You gotta stop letting your mom decorate your apartment, man.
I decorated this. I did this all last night.
You said the ornament.
That was she gave it to me. How's that decorating it?
I still think you have like some.
I think that
home and garden.
hydrator is hydrating your brain, sir.
Dehydrator.
Dehydrate. Exactly.
What was the magazine
Dehydrating.
that your mother gave you?
Cocaine's a powerful drug, man.
What was the magazine your mother gave you when you first moved in? It was like Home and Garden or...
No, it was People.
No, it wasn't. It was something girly.
Just People. No.
How do we get so far off track?
What's up, you slick bastard, you?
Well, it's been a couple weeks since we've had a proper episode.
Yeah.
Because last week was the Bond episode.
Yeah.
We took a week off from our regularly scheduled recording.
And I promise not to do the Bond voice tonight.
We don't want to break Brian.
We don't want Brian to have another breakdown again.
Well,
which was fun, I thought.
I did do the Zoom at the zoo or whatever it was called a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that was my first 8K.
Okay.
I think I did okay. Because it's 8K is what, like 5.2, 5.3, some, I don't know. It's a 5 miles and change.
You have a phone, Google it.
I'm not Googling right now. I got the show notes on my phone.
Good to know.
And I did 52, I clocked in at 52 minutes and some change. And considering there's two really big ass hills, I thought I did pretty well.
Wait a minute, what was your time again?
52 and like 10 seconds or something like that. Some change. It's not too bad. It's about a 10-minute mile pace. But there was really two big hills where I've never seen a hill that was so steep that pretty much nobody ran up it. Out of our pack, there was maybe like 25% or less that actually was running up the hill as opposed to walking. So, I mean, it was rough.
Run, do not walk to the nearest exit.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, you survived, though.
Yeah, I survived. I got another one coming up next weekend, but I've been kind of battling some like neck spasms, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
I haven't run since the 8K, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you did well with that. Very good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. So
you sound thrilled, obviously.
I mean, I'm just a little disappointed that I haven't been able to run since then, because right after that was Thanksgiving, and then so I probably.
Speaking of which, how was Thanksgiving?
Oh, delicious! Didn't we do a whole episode where we talked about Thanksgiving?
No, we didn't. Well, we talked about what we wanted to do with Thanksgiving, but just to touch base, though, you had a good Thanksgiving.
I did have.
I'm being nice, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and you did, and it's been so long since we recorded, I forgot.
Yeah.
So
I cooked macaroni and cheese.
You did. That's because I was going to ask you. You said you cooked the macaroni and cheese. How did it turn out?
Crispy.
Good.
Yeah, it was really good, actually. Well, at least my dad liked it anyway.
You didn't save any for me. I was disappointed.
I had leftovers, but the thing is, though, I saved it for me and only me. I got through 3 days of leftovers, and I only had 2 extra days of that macaroni and cheese. But to say, was it my favorite macaroni and cheese is Boston Market, by the way, if I didn't tell you, or Velveeta cheese.
Ooh, yeah.
Boston Market, I don't know how they do it. You can get the frozen kind, those TV dinner styles, and it's still damn good. Was it that good? No, but I'm going to tweak it come Christmas if I do make it again.
All right. Yeah, I cooked the turkey.
And, if we have like one of those like Christmas potlucks, maybe we should do something like that.
Maybe we should.
A Christmas potluck, Christmas potluck episode. You bring something, I bring something, and we'll roast both our dogs as the birds for the main course.
I was going to bring a holiday ham or something.
Christmas ham?
The roast beast.
No Christmas fish, though. We don't do fish here.
No fish.
Anyway,
or we can just go to the Chinese restaurant.
Are you implying something?
No, I'm implying the Christmas Story where he burns all the food and then...
We talked about this. I have not seen the whole movie. That's my goal this Christmas.
Damn. All right, you need to watch it.
Spoiler alert for Brian.
Spoiler alert. There's like a dog or something. A dog or something gets in the house and then ruins Christmas dinner. Yeah. So then they all go to the Chinese restaurant for Christmas dinner. Kind of like, have you seen Santa Claus?
Yes.
Where they go to
Denny's
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
I remember that. Yeah, very well.
That's a good movie, by the way.
The original Santa Claus is actually really good.
And then they decided to keep making sequels that were increasingly more
went to Jack
terrible.
Frost. Yeah. Didn't see those, unfortunately, no.
Martin Short as Jack Frost.
Yeah. Martin Short.
Oh,
so many jokes, but not enough time. But we do have, as always, we have a lot of stuff to get to tonight.
Did you do any Black Friday shopping?
I did, yeah. But I'm like one of those selfish Americans who does Black Friday shopping for themselves instead of buying gifts for the ones I love. You know, it's kind of funny how they always say, be like, Thanksgiving, you're celebrating, you know, being thankful for everything you have. Then all of a sudden you go be a douche the next day and you just, you know, spend for yourself or whatever. You know, I don't know. I was going somewhere with that, you know, but just not. You're not laughing, but you know. They're laughing. I'll put that in there anyway. So
it's more of a pity laugh, I think.
It's a pity laugh.
So what did you set out to get? Did you actually have a list in mind, or
in my head? Yeah.
Well,
Brian Thomas was tweaking his wardrobe.
All right. Yeah, that's you.
I told you that. I told you this, and I really did.
So that's all you got was clothes.
Yeah, and shoes. Kind of cool shoes. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Nice. I like shoes.
Gotta look good. You know. Gotta dress the part. You know, walk the walk. Talk the talk. Well, I'm still learning to talk the talk, so you know.
You're getting better.
I am doing very much better. But that's I know we were trying to touch on Turkey Day and Black Friday recap. You and I have kind of talked about it, a little bit off the air anyway. Is there anything you want to add to it real quick? I'm not trying to cut you short, but we have that much stuff tonight that, I kind of have to.
I only want to point out that I swore, I think I even said it on this show, that I was not going, there was no way in hell that I was going to go out on Black Friday. And not only did I go out on Black Friday, I went out on Thanksgiving. So
oh, no.
My girlfriend came up on Thanksgiving, and we had already eaten dinner, but we had...
Eaten dinner?
Eaten dinner.
That's
what how to say it.
You are on the border of Brooklyn, so I guess
Well, now I was gonna say that's how we say it in Cecil County. We ate dinner, and came and had
got that good old home cooking, Ma. We got that bird, and we did it all up.
Had some sweet potato pie and all that good stuff. Yeah, I made a Paula Deen sweet potato pie, but this is what's it's already sweet as it is because it's a Paula Deen pie. I accidentally added like an extra 4th cup of sugar in each pie, so it was like instant diabetic attack.
Oh my!
But yeah, and then we went out that night to get some stuff at Walmart, and then I went back the next morning to get a meat grinder and a slicer. So
you're becoming. Why don't you just open up a restaurant?
That's what I want to.
That's what you're going for anyway.
I'm working on it.
What are you going to call it if you own your own restaurant? What would you call it?
The Cochrane? I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure that would be. I wouldn't go to that restaurant.
There it is.
You can't do that to yourself. How many times do I have to tell you?
How many times am I going to tell you to shave that stupid ass goatee of yours?
My girlfriend loves it. I had someone on Facebook actually was like, "Yeah, that looks nice."
That tickles.
Why don't we have that on our soundboard? I would really like that, Elmo. All right,
Elmo's got his own troubles right now. We don't need to bust on Elmo too much.
Yeah, I don't even want to get it. That's all.
As you say, it's all Tiger Woods.
No. That's 50. What was that team name for? We'll get back to trivia in a minute. But what was the team name? 50 Shades of Effed Up. Exactly.
Well, you know what? Now that you mentioned, let's get right to it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
let's just go right into it. Guys, we went to I always
guys because that's all that's listening.
Guys, gang, kids, whatever we call you. I try to avoid Casey Cochran at all costs during the week. But we couldn't help but go again back to Rockville, to Quench in Rockville, Maryland.
For what was that?
Quench for knowledge. Pretty good.
And we just lost everybody.
We lost everybody, but it's our experiences is what a few listeners do enjoy. And we're going to get to our listeners tonight, too. We never talk about listeners.
You're all over the board.
I really am all over it.
So Quench for Knowledge, Brian.
What is it, Case?
Quench for Knowledge was it is a trivia game hosted at, of course, Quench in Rockville, Maryland, and is hosted by 2 members of the Mike O'Mara Show. I'm getting my M's mixed up.
Well, one of them does do the Mark and Lowell Show.
Mark Ronick of the Mark and Lowell Show, and Rob Spiewak from the Mike O'Mara Show.
And Rob Radio.
Can't forget about Rob
Boss.
Radio. I actually listened to it the other day.
It's funny.
It's good. I like it. But anyway, they host a trivia game.
Yeah.
And
this is the first trivia night I've ever been to before.
Yeah, we did terribly.
We got 65 points, but we don't know what the final score was.
I think the first person had 88 points. We were tied for second, I think.
Yeah. But what was our team name?
the Griswolds.
Yeah,
as-
which you were against.
I was against it. We played rock, paper, scissors for the team name.
We were going to do Just Saying because we haven't said that in a while, actually. And what was the other one you wanted to do?
I don't know. I want to do Team B and C. I just wanted to abbreviate.
You're like, oh, let's do the Brian and Casey experience.
I thought
let's whore ourselves out at some other podcast
That's
show.
what I like to do.
You are the
Make
whore.
it all about me.
It's always all about you. I, Casey Cochran. That's your new name.
I, Casey.
I, Casey.
I like I Casey.
I, Casey. Yeah. So, Miss I, Casey, what else happened there?
There was a lot.
What
that
didn't happen there? How about that?
So, we knew we were going to go weeks ago, right? Because we had planned on going.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we find out this week that Mike O'Mara, of the Mike O'Mara Show.
Yeah, formerly of one of my favorite shows, Don and Mike, also.
Yeah.
I mean, Radio God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Syndicated all across the country. Unfortunately, a lot of radio talk, kind of fell by the wayside in the past couple of years, and now they have their own podcast. Very, very successful podcast.
Right.
And so Mike O'Mara decided to
grace us with his presence. Yes. It's like having the Grand Poobah there. Right? How you say it? The Big Daddy?
Yeah. That's what
Mac Daddy in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was, so it kind of upped the level of excitement.
Exactly. On my show notes, I have OMG here because it was that kind of a night.
It was. And the way I describe the evening is, for me, I'm a Yankees fan. We discussed this. It's like going to a Yankees game and then drinking with Derek Jeter and then playing a game of pickup basketball.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
So the trivia game kind of went on as normal as you would expect a trivia game
Typical.
to go.
All right, some of the questions some of the topics dealt with movies, which we were doing pretty good with.
I mean, it was a typical trivia night. If you ever play trivia, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Everybody was nice.
Everybody was very nice.
Everybody came over. Everybody that was involved came over and talked to us and thanked us for coming. And
we felt at home. We felt very welcome there. It was very down to earth kind of a place. You know
exactly.
And as a fan, it's really nice to get out there and see everybody and know that they're people just like us.
Yeah,
and I like that.
You kind of forget that sometimes.
Exactly.
And that evening took a turn during the category. The category was Christmas music. So they basically would recite a line from a famous Christmas song, and then the response was the next line. So you had to write out the next line.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to our table.
Yeah.
And they made us recite the answer. So they made you
sing it.
It was rocking around the
Christmas tree.
And we got it wrong.
Yeah. Well, what I say, it was mistletoe hung where you can see.
Yeah, they made him sing that.
And they made me sing that. I'm not singing it right now. I'm not in the mood. Anyway, though, Mike O'Mara said after that they gave him a microphone. The host have a microphone.
Well, he was sit with it. I thought was really funny. He just we didn't notice this, but he sat down at the table next to us and was playing the game with the group of gentlemen that was behind us.
Exactly.
And they gave him the microphone.
And then his quote, and I quote on this, says, "I don't know if anyone is enjoying the trivia. I think it'll be more fun, pause, if we stop trivia and sang karaoke." And then it just cranked it up a notch, just to a whole nother level.
Our jaws dropped because this is something they do on the show around the holidays.
Yeah.
Have they ever done a public event? Made this a public event?
What, karaoke?
Yeah.
Well, they came back from the Reno show, and they were singing out there.
Well, no. I mean, like last holiday, is it just something they do? This is private.
This is the first time that I think they've done it in public like this before.
Yeah,
and they said it might be a one-time thing because we might not ever see this again. I don't know.
But basically, it's usually what I gathered from listening to the show is more of a private thing that they do during their Christmas parties. No, I thought they had an event. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Anyway,
it was a very intimate setting, and I kind of have that happen with somebody that we're fans of. It was shocking to happen.
Yeah, because the trivia originally it started around 9:30, lasted for maybe an hour, and then the karaoke last I have written down 10:45 to 1:30 a.m. God.
So they were closing the bar around us.
We shut down the bar case. We closed it down.
It was more than that. But so what kind of songs were they singing?
Oh my God, Frank Sinatra, Billy Joel, Elvis,
New York State of Mind.
Yeah. There was, God, how many times were, what's it called? Mac the Knife.
Yeah, well,
how many times was that repeated, though, is the question.
A certain esteemed podcaster may have been indulging.
Just go ahead and say it.
He was a little drunk.
I like how you say esteemed podcaster, like we're in the same kind of level as him.
I'm not saying I'm praising him. I'm not trying to slander anybody's name.
Okay.
What I'm saying is he was
having a great time.
He was having a great time
Yeah.
and kept repeating the same song.
Yeah.
So that was kind of you kind of had this feeling that you were watching something great, but then it just kind of spiraled out of control. And you're just like, well, this is really fun. Like, this is just fun watching because it's,
It was very entertaining. I've never experienced something like this before.
To the point where Mike O'Mara was singing, walked by you, and ran his fingers through your hair.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yes.
So
you were feeling really good that night.
I was feeling good.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of, you're just like, this is really happening.
I forgot he ran his fingers through my hair.
Is this the song?
It's supposed to be, anyway. We'll have it set the tone anyway, though. I'll keep it low.
And then someone was singing, there was some Beatles songs for song?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Frank Sinatra, right?
Yeah. But, goddamn. Yeah, to have that kind, all right, I'm sorry, but he's not just a local celebrity.
Yeah, he's nationwide.
He was up there with Howard Stern. At one time, Don and Mike show was outdoing Howard Stern as number one in the country.
They were, and they just got back from their sold out. They went to Reno,
yeah,
and sold out Circus,
yeah,
for their live podcast.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, these guys. I mean, they're broadcasting out of D.C. They're just like Big O and Dukes. At this one time, Mike O'Mara and his crew were also with Big O and Dukes there too.
WGFK, which is a legendary talk station for many
it's hot
many
talk,
years.
and that's kind of like I would consider what we do as hot talk anyway.
It's similar format.
Pretty much for similar format anyway. But I mean, it was just nice because when they said karaoke, I was like, oh my god, am I going to have to sing? And that's what I think a lot of people were thinking anyway. But it ended up just being that they were singing anyway.
Can you cut the music so I can hear you?
Anyway, though, I thought we were going to have to sing that night. When you say karaoke, I'm like, oh my god, I'm not. My buzz started at the beginning of the night, and then it slowed down because I said to our waitress, who was really good, by the way, Chantel, she was awesome. We started off with some happy hour drinks, and I was enjoying them, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, yeah, thank you, honey. Carry on. And you're like, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, that's right. You definitely pulled a Sean Connery. What did I don't know. You were acting up a little bit. It was funny though.
Well, she was complimenting me, I'm sorry, but she complimented me on my cologne that night. But I thought she was being a wise ass about that too, saying like, I'm sorry, when a girl compliments me on my cologne, I think it's like, okay, maybe you need to lighten up on it a little bit. I thought that's what she was doing, but
no, but you had some banter back and forth. Which was really fun.
But she was good. She gave it right back to me, which I thought was also really nice. And you had a lot of food there too, bud.
I ate a lot of food.
God. The ice cream sandwich looked pretty good, though, too.
Oh, yeah. It was a chocolate wafer with chocolate ice cream. And it's not like the crappy ice cream. Like, it was heavy, like, it was quality ice cream. Mm-hmm. And it came wrapped in parchment paper. And then it had
I thought it was a UPS package for a minute, too.
Yeah. It's kind of, I was unwrapping a Christmas present.
Yeah. It looked good, too.
It was delicious.
It looked very good. You know who else looked very good, too?
I knew you were going to bring this up.
Miss Diana Ash. Had to say it. Yes.
I would agree with that assessment.
No, big shout out to Diana Ash also.
Yeah, she is. She was one of the hostess.
She was the Vanna White of the night.
For trivia, and also we spent up. Involved with the Mike O'Mara show.
Yeah.
So, and it was nice meeting somebody affiliated with the show. Mm-hmm. And everybody we talked to was very, came over, talked to Mark Ronick, came over and talked to us for a while. And even Rob Spiewak came over and talked to us.
We got pictures on there.
Diana sat and talked to us for 15, 20 minutes maybe?
Yeah, I didn't mind. I don't know about you, but
but it's nice. It's, I think, especially since this is our hobby, we enjoy this, and talking to somebody who, shall we say, is professional.
Yeah.
And kind of maybe not necessarily picking their brain, but just having a conversation with them in that capacity.
Exactly.
A lot of people aren't afforded that opportunity, and I don't know about you, but I'm very thankful and was very grateful to have that.
It's like imagine meeting one of your like a celebrity or whatever, like if you're a movie star or whatever, and you get to talk to them. I mean, like a local movie star or something.
Well, it's not just that. It's like let's say you are an actor, and then you meet Brad Pitt, and then get to talk about.
You said Brad Pitt. That's the best you could do.
It's on the top.
You meet De Niro.
Okay, you meet Robert De Niro and get to BS with Robert De Niro and over a glass of scotch discuss how to make it. I guess it was kind of nice.
It was nice. It was very nice. And to end off the night though, well, there was a couple things that also though too. I have to bring up the what they call him Graybeard.
Oh yeah, there was one
the old drunk guy that was just dancing and shaking his ass.
There's always one. Yeah, he was that guy. This old guy who apparently goes out to a lot of their appearances.
Yeah,
and was overserved and like almost face planted right into all of their audio.
I think he did it on purpose. The more I think about it, no,
I don't think so.
Some people need to be able to hold their liquor and not make a jackass out of themselves. This guy is one of them.
Yeah, and they discussed that on their show. Yeah, but it's. There's always one part that he was that guy.
Yeah. Another funny part, probably one of the best parts of the karaoke was a certain person doing beatboxing.
Certain person. So Mark Ronick of the Mike O'Mara and
Mark and Lowell show.
The Mark and Lowell show.
Yeah.
That was very impromptu. Who brought that up?
I have no. It could have been Rob Spiewak. I don't know.
Someone said. You should beatbox, and then he just grabs the mic and then just starts beatboxing. And I'm not going to try to.
Please don't,
because I can't. And you're just like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And then he pulls it off very, very well. And I was shocked. I was like, wow.
I got it all in video. I posted. Check out my Facebook if you're a listener, or you can friend me and then listen to it.
Yeah.
I got it all in video, and
they asked you for that video.
They did ask me for it. So if you're a Mike O'Mara show listener, listen to it on Monday on their show.
Well, hopefully.
No, they said they're going to play it. They will play it. Believe me, they'll play it.
Well, I figured they would.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for. I was listening on Friday, hoping because you posted it on Rob Spiewak's wall.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Mark's wall.
Yeah.
So I figured that it might have gotten there.
Yeah.
But
I guess there wasn't enough time. I don't think there was enough time.
Oh no. Because you posted that in the morning.
I posted at 2 a.m. in the morning at least.
Yeah.
Because that's around the time I was still getting home then.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on it because somebody was having a few drinks.
No, but you would have to admit though, like. We wouldn't have left because
How could we leave though? I mean,
can't leave.
Believe me,
like that.
part of me, a little small part of me is like, I want to wake up at 5 tomorrow morning, and it's not looking too good right now.
You're sitting there, and it's like it's 12 o'clock. You're like, man, I'm going to be tired tomorrow, but this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
There it is, and I'm glad you mentioned that because on the ride home, as I'm driving Casey to his home, he's like, Brian. We might be together in 20 years, but we'll always remember this night.
I think I did say that.
You did say that. If I didn't quote it perfectly, then I came pretty damn close, though. I mean, see, you won't admit it.
I thought we were going to talk about it. I asked you not to talk about it.
Love you too, buddy. I'll edit it.
Please cut it out.
You cut it out.
I'm dead serious because if it's in, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm being dead serious.
I know you're being serious.
I want you to acknowledge.
You need to lighten up, and I will edit it out.
All right, thank you.
You need to lighten up, but I will edit it out. And you need to. You understand my sense of humor, so back off.
Back
off.
Back off. Let me finish what I'm saying, please. I'm being serious, and I just want to acknowledge.
I forgot, but I will still edit it out. Doesn't mean I want to edit it out.
Okay, thank you. I believe you. I'm saying,
then get off my ass.
You heard that, ladies and gentlemen. Brian asked me to get off his ass
because it hurt too much.
It's.
How's it feel to take it up, Lloyd? I don't know. I'm always on top.
I bet you're the kind of guy who guy in the ass. I'd give him the comic curse to get him reaching around. That was one of our trivia questions on Tuesday. What are the because you've seen Full Metal Jacket, right?
No.
It's one of the lines of Full Metal Jacket. It was movie quotes, and he's like, "In what movie did he say? I bet you're the kind of guy who a guy in the ass and doesn't have the common courtesy to give him a reach around." I was just like laughing that they actually said that.
Mm.
But anyway.
Anywho, though, one other notable quote of the night, though, and this is the one you kept repeating because I'm sorry, but I wanted to get a few pictures there with some of the guys there.
Yeah.
I was dying all night to get a picture with Mike O'Mara.
Yes.
And of course, I waited to the very end when he is totally lit up. And Casey, and then he's like, okay. And Casey took my picture with him, and
he's like,
whatever.
He's like, damn, you waited to the end of the night.
Did he say that?
Yes, he did.
Did he really say that? Well, he was so busy that night though. Yeah. Anyway, and I didn't, I almost didn't go up to it. I wanted to. I knew in my mind, it's like I'm getting a picture with Mike O'Mara that night.
You would have kicked yourself in the butt. If
I really would have, because I don't know if I'll ever be able to, meet him, and he'll ever run his hands through my hair again like that.
But I thought the funniest part was
here it comes.
After you got your picture, he turns to us, he's like, hey boys, you want a shot?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
yes.
Did Mike O'Mara just
there it is,
ask us to do a shot with him?
And I have written on here, it's like, Mike O'Mara offered to buy us shots.
But did
you know Mike O'Mara offered to buy us shots?
And then the next part was even better, because they were closed. I don't think
it was 1:30. They're not supposed to stay open that late. Apparently,
I think they close at like 12. Normally,
yeah, like I said, they're not supposed to be open that late.
And then Mike O'Mara looks at the bar, and then they are clearly like the lights are out. They have all the glasses put away. The bartenders are scrubbing all the dishes, and then he just looks over and then looks back. He's like, apparently it's closed.
Exactly.
And it just is one of those moments.
He had such a great time, though. I mean, he really did. Everybody had a great time. I mean, and there ended up being maybe no more than 8 to 10 people there, including you and I. That were just sitting there watching.
Which is repeated all the time. There's only 10 people here.
There's only 8 people. We're down to 6 people.
I just had a sold out show in Reno, and there's 8 people here.
Yeah, it was kind of speaking of which, it was kind of like watching a little Las Vegas show, in front of your, and a little Atlantic City show in front of you.
Well, that was the joke that they kept making, was that they were going to do that in the return.
And the other thing kept repeating, be like, I have my best 2 lead vocalists here, and they really can sing.
But they really could sing.
They really could sing, yeah. Overall, though, what a night.
Yeah, I think, our inner fanboys just kind of shined out a little bit. But, I think, it was great. It was great.
Great. It's great.
Yeah.
Who cares? Whatever. They'll get it, if anybody ever does listen to this and listens to their show also. Anyway, I think we're running a little ahead of schedule, though, Case.
Running ahead of schedule.
We're running ahead of schedule. So how about this? Before we jump into anything else, let's take a break, okay?
Okay.
Mainly because I gotta take a head break.
Okay.
Gotta make a head call.
Hit the head.
Hit the head.
Hit the head.
When we come back, a little bit about you, a little bit about me. Got the Festival of Trees, not the Festival of Lights.
Festival of Trees.
Festival of Trees. We're going to talk a little bit about me also.
Why would anybody want to talk about you?
No, so apparently certain people are listening. I don't know. That's another thing we got to get to also. Maybe not. Anyway, and if we have time, we're going to talk a little about Ewoks.
No.
That is all when we come back. This is the Brian and Casey Experience.
Houtini.
The Diet Coke of Radio Podcast. Brian and Casey.
Welcome back to the Brian and Casey Experience. Of course, this is Casey Cochran.
Well, you introduce yourself at the beginning of the show. If they don't know who you are by now, then really.
Yeah, I mean, why am I...
Oh, this is Brian Thomas. Oh, formerly of the Brian and Casey Experience, now the Brian Thomas Experience. Because Casey's getting a pink slip for his Christmas bonus this year.
I'm getting a pink slip. I guess I'll take all the equipment back that I paid for.
You paid for all the equipment.
No, I said the equipment that I bought.
Okay.
And then half the board.
Then I get the other half of the board then.
We'll cut it down the middle.
We'll cut it in half.
Just like Solomon. Just right down the middle.
Huh?
Biblical, the baby thing.
You would do that. Anytime you can try and make me sound stupid, you would.
I thought everybody do that. I mean, I don't even really go to church that much. I know the whole baby thing.
You know when we used to have... Did you go to Sunday school at all? No. Okay, no. Well, I
wasn't I didn't get baptized. Fun fact for you. I didn't get baptized until I was 21 or 22.
Really?
Yeah, I got baptized.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, my parents didn't baptize me.
Yeah, well, I had to go to Sunday school, and then I had to do the homework for Sunday school also. And I always fell asleep at home when I was doing the Sunday school stuff. So to say that I'm a good Catholic is far beyond that.
I'm not Catholic.
I'm not Catholic. but I play one on TV.
No, the funny thing is when I went to get baptized, like normally people do that when they're little.
The power of Christ compels you.
No, I can't.
Bitch.
I can't. Whoa! Oh, okay, you're scared.
Oh, that's in that Family Guy.
Oh, I was gonna say it's in Scary Movie. They made fun of that too. I thought that was from. But yeah, normally you get baptized when you're like what, like. Normally it's like when you're a baby, right? So.
Usually, yeah.
Usually, and then how does it go? I forget what. Anyway, usually when you're really young, like younger than 10, you have to do like this class, and then that just kind of, confirms that you're a member and demonstrates that you're committed to your faith and all that crap. And
Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you.
There you go.
The power of Christ compels you.
But then, so all I had to do, like, basically the same thing that these, like, kids that were, like, 6 were doing.
Right.
So all the material I had to read was, like, written for, like, a 3rd grader. And it was, like, a picture book with drawings.
Yeah, well, that's what I had, and that's why I kept falling asleep on, too. Go figure, a picture book I would fall asleep on, too.
Yeah. See, spot, run.
That's not all spot did.
Run, spot, run.
Right. Anywho, we are back. Case, I'm going to let you take the lead here. Ooh. And, well, not take the lead. I mean, if we were a dancing couple, which we're not, I would never
Sometimes you lead and sometimes you follow.
Depends on what I'm following, if it's worth looking at. I haven't done that in a while.
I hate you so much right now.
I know. In the Christmas spirit, as always, Mr. Cochran. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of the holiday spirit, you went to something this past week.
I did. The Festival of Trees is for the Kennedy Krieger Institute.
Right.
It's a little fundraiser that they do down in Timonium Fairgrounds. They apparently do it every year. I think they've been doing it for the past 10 years. So they have trees that are decorated that have been donated by various institutions. There's actually a tree decorated from our esteemed alma mater.
What?
Yeah.
Seriously, really?
Yeah, Stevenson had a tree. Stevenson University had their own little tree, and you could tell that it was like Dr. Manning decorated, not Dr. Manning himself, but somebody in his office decorated it because it was very it was just it was just pictures from the school. Like, they donate it, and then they sell the trees. So, there was an Orioles. There was actually several Orioles Christmas trees. And then, like, for instance, Buffalo Wild Wings in Towson made one. But it had, like, instead of having regular ornaments, it had gift certificates to Buffalo Wild Wings as ornaments. And then you would basically come in and be like, I want to buy this tree. And then you buy the tree, and it raises money for Kennedy Krieger Institute. So it goes to a good cause. So I don't have any of the pictures. I'll have to post some pictures if I can find some. But they had a really, really nice one that won Best in Show that had a huge Oriole bird as the Christmas, like instead of an angel.
Yeah.
It had an Oriole bird. The face. Like, it actually looked like someone took the head of the mascot and put it on top of the tree.
I like that. See, you look at my tree here, and I don't have an angel or a star. Does that make me,
No, I didn't have one last year. I actually went to Target and got one for $5. So, this year.
I think I'm going to leave my tree be as it is.
I like it.
I kind of like it.
I like it too.
But I, when you were saying that about the tree, I couldn't help but think of this.
Where do you think you're going to put a tree that big? Bend over and I'll show you.
I love that movie so much.
We might have to talk Christmas movies sooner or later.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Next week.
But that reminds me. Like, did you ever have that experience when you were growing up? Like, did you guys use fake trees or artificial?
Always a fake tree. I'm glad you brought that up because I've always wanted to do a real tree.
It's a pain in the ass.
You've done one, obviously.
Yeah, for the longest time when I was growing up, we had fake trees, and then we switched to real trees.
In Cecil County.
And then we switched to the real trees when I was in high school, and it was just a mess. What?
You were doing the accent when you said that, too.
That happens. I get that.
You were switching.
I spent too much time. I spent too much time in Cecil County, so like that. When I'm around there, like my girlfriend was making fun of me because I started talking to that girl. God. It was like when we were growing up. My daddy
showed me what my tree was.
My dad
said, "Son, this is just a branch. This is just a stick. When you get my age, you're gonna have a tree. It's gonna be so old and like oak wood."
but Sorry. Anyway, so he.
No, you're not.
No, I just can't stop laughing. You totally derailed me. But no, he would be on the phone with like somebody with work, and then he would sound like a normal human being, and then like 10 minutes later,
wait, what's a normal human being
like
sound
not
like?
with an accent, not with an accent, and then he'd be on the phone with my grandfather who lives in like Virginia, and he'd be like, how's the woods down there, Daddy?
I got to tell you a quick story. When I went to Virginia, okay, we got lost in the mountains, and I'm dead serious when I say we were in the
What
mountains.
part of Virginia, do you know?
By the Roanoke area, I believe it was.
That's near where my
and we were driving up this mountain. We were trying to get to my uncle's. I think it was around the holiday season, as a matter of fact. And there's this truck, like an old pickup, a Ford custom pickup truck. Okay. And there's like these country boys in there, and we're like, how do we get back to route so and so? And they're like,
go right around theirs.
No, they did better. They're like, well, what you got to do is you got to get it all back onto the hard top. You got to go back down the hill.
I love the South.
God bless Texas.
But yeah, like I have some family that's from like that Virginia area, like probably where you're talking about, like even more south than Virginia Tech. It's just like in the middle of the woods. Yeah, it's like we went down there one time on vacation, and you're like driving around. It's in the middle of the woods. I actually learned to drive. Yes, my dad can play that on the banjo.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I learned it at one point. I can't play it anymore.
If only I had it.
You're taking
there it is.
There we go. Taking too much time here, son.
It's the long version.
There is only one version of the song.
This is a 4-minute song. I
Yeah,
didn't even know it was a 4-minute song.
Dueling banjos, sir.
Yeah, this is the Cecil County theme. That's how they sounded too.
I want to get some drivers. And that was in Alabama, so I was traveling to work. I don't know if we even talked about this, but I was in Alabama, and I'm at this. I forget where we're at.
Deliverance.
Now we were at this restaurant, and the waitress was this like cute little like she was
Southern Belle.
She was in college, and she's coming over to, what can I get y'all to eat? And then I'm like, I'll have some of the mashed potatoes. And like everybody I was working with, like everybody I'm working with was like looking at me. They're like,
awkward pause.
They're like, is he making fun of her? And then like she walked away. He's like, dude, why did you do that? That was so mean. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, you totally just busted out a Southern drawl. Why? She thinks you're making fun of her. I'm like, no, I didn't realize I did that. Like, I literally did not realize that.
What was her name?
I can't remember.
Flo, like the TV show.
No. But yeah, it's a little embarrassing.
It really does, yeah.
But yeah, back to the Christmas trees. It was,
how do we get derailed? The Brian and Casey experience now with 200% ADHD.
But the festival of trees, we had a good time.
Festival lights.
Me.
It's that kind of night, man. I'm sorry.
We'll eventually get back on track. But me and my girlfriend went, and it was a nice little cute date night.
Me and my girlfriend.
Excuse me. And then they had different vendors, right? So have you ever been to like a trade show or anything like that? So you have like
I do get out once in a while.
No, because that was kind of my first experience with something like that. There was art galleries that were there selling paintings and stuff like that. I picked up some Christmas presents for people.
Mm-hmm.
A little impromptu Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
A little bit of shopping for myself. And came across a hot sauce vendor.
Oh, you did tell me about
Uncle
this.
Toms or Tom. THOM.
Uncle Tom's Cabin?
No, that's. I'm not going there. THOMS. And I met Uncle Tom. Kind of looks like a sailor. Big jolly fellow with a gray beard. What?
Go ahead.
I think he's laughing because I did like I don't even know how to describe it, but I'm kind of doing an impression of a big jolly fellow, so my arms are kind of puffed out a little bit. And anyway.
Jolly fellow. Okay.
He was a big old jolly fellow. If he had a red hat, he would look like Santa Claus.
Right.
But I got to talking to Uncle Tom and kind of discussed how he came to be selling hot sauce, and I tried all of his different sauces and his bacon ketchup. It was delicious. And then they said, what would you like? And I said, I would like all of it. So I walked away from the booth with a bottle of bacon ketchup and 6 bottles of hot sauce.
And how much did this cost?
That was only about $20.
Only $20.
That's not bad. So, but I mean, I was like,
that's dinner for you and Amber right there. Chili's 2 for $20 right there.
2 for 20.
2 for $20.
Yeah, I wish all my dinners are $20.
Mm-hmm. That's one. That's just one person right there for you.
We gotta go to dollar menu. Yeah. Be like, honey, I spent too much on hot sauce. We gotta go to the dollar. We gotta go to McDonald's.
Well, we got our bacon ketchup there, baby.
What? We go to McDonald's. We get the McDouble. Put some bacon ketchup on. But what movie is it that is there some movie where the guy takes his girlfriend out on or this girl he's dating to McDonald's or dinner? Or am I making that up completely?
I think you're making that up. I don't know.
I would like to figure that out.
I have no idea.
Because I know I'm not that creative.
Yeah. So, but you had a good time.
I had a good time. We did that. Yeah, like I said, impromptu Christmas shopping and a lot of hot sauce. And now I have to buy a shelf just to put my hot sauce on because I have so many bottles of hot sauce in my house now.
Might I suggest the Pepto-Bismol and the Motrin IB, just in case.
I always keep a good stock.
Would you stop doing the country accent? Seriously, man.
I didn't realize I'm doing it. See, now you got me doing it.
Now I got you doing it there, boy.
I've been going back.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Time to make this little piggy squeal.
All right, that's just disturbing.
That's why they call it Deliverance.
I didn't know what the movie was about when I watched it, and I was traumatized.
I've never seen it all before, though.
You've never seen it all before?
No.
Go figure.
Yeah.
You just know the one scene is just like...
Don't tell me.
You've seen that, haven't you?
No.
That you haven't
Don't
seen?
tell me. No. Okay. Whatever.
Anyway. Boo you, Brian.
Boo me. Boo you.
Why?
I don't know.
I didn't spoil the movie.
Okay. You spoil everything else.
So what have you been up to, Brian?
I wish I had happy news to report.
I know.
Hey, Brian, what's going on? How much? No, I'm sorry. Here's how he does it. How about you, Brian? What's new with you? You don't ask a stupid question, okay?
Don't ask me no stupid questions, and I won't tell you no lies. Leonard Skinner.
God.
Sorry, I know we're. I'm sorry. I could have handled that a little bit better.
Kick your ass in a minute. Unfortunately, no happy news to report. All right. I don't think I've told this on here before.
No, we've talked about it a little bit.
You and I have talked about it a little bit. I had ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I'm okay. I'll be okay, of course, but I'm still going to, make an interesting story about this. I've gone through a little health issues lately. About a month ago, so right before I did the half marathon case, I know you're playing on your phone there, acting like you're all interested in stuff.
I was gonna make a joke about needing to go to the clinic, but I figured that was a little bit in poor taste considering you actually are sick.
Hey, I'd do it to you or whatever. It's all good, man. Anyway, though, so before I was running a half marathon, I was training, I was running around in Towson, and all of a sudden, I come up, I stop, I get a dizzy spell. The whole room is spinning, or not the room, but it feels like I'm spinning in a room.
The outdoors.
The outdoors is spinning, and I drop like a sack of potatoes.
And you weren't by yourself.
I was not by myself.
You were with your buddy Tom.
You like saying, my buddy Tom.
Yeah, I do.
You have to say, my buddy Tom.
I said, your buddy Tom.
Exactly. Just how you said, you and your buddy Tom. Whatever.
But Tom was there.
Tom was there, and Tom is like, Brian, what happened? Are you okay? And I was like, well, what's going on? He's like, you just fell to the ground. You almost fell on the road. I'm like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, I felt like I was waking up from a dream, and I had no idea what's going on.
So when this happened, when this happened,
yes.
You weren't aware of what had happened. You just
I had like the spinning and the dizzy spell, and then I lost consciousness.
So do you remember being dizzy? And I'm assuming you remember that then.
That part I remember, but then when I woke up, it's like I didn't know what happened. It felt like I was waking up from just being asleep.
Yeah, I've had that happen once, and the only time I ever had is when I got knocked out.
Yeah. KO'd.
It was a KO. That was doing some
by a big wang.
Contact sparring in boxing, and I got kicked in the face. And then I just had no idea. Like, I don't remember being kicked in the face. I just remember being confused why I was doing push-ups. Like, I had no. It was weird.
God! They killed Kenny! You bastard!
But yeah, it's a scary feeling because you're really confused. You don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So I had that kind of a feeling, and I'm like, wow, what happened? But of course, me being stubborn, I still continued to run. Now, during the Thanksgiving holiday,
that you continued to run that day.
Yeah, I did.
So this was
over a month ago.
Well, it was a week. Hold on, the week before.
I think it was almost a week before the half marathon.
So it would have been the first week of October then. Yes, it's been almost 2 months now.
Yeah. Okay, fine. It was 2 months. Either way, the day before Thanksgiving night, I drank I drank a bottle of wine. Okay, by myself, whatever.
Wait, hold on.
When I was visiting my mom and dad's, I was down at mom and dad's.
Ain't no shame.
No shame. Drinking a bottle of wine by yourself might not be the best idea. Okay,
it's all right.
But I wasn't driving. I wasn't home. I was in the comfort.
You were in the comfort of your own home.
Yeah, exactly. And home is still where
the heart is.
I was leading. I knew you would say that. That's why I said it. God.
So why are you giving me grief that I said it?
Because it's just you, though. I don't know.
It's one of these shows, ladies and gentlemen.
It really is. Anyway, though, I went up, and not to get disturbing or whatever, I had to make a head call. Okay, it was getting ready to go to bed.
You had to take a leak.
I had to drain the weasel.
I've never heard that one before.
Drain the lizard. There. Is that more you're liking?
Drain the main vein.
Drain the main vein.
It's so I don't understand why people just say I gotta take a leak.
Number one. Okay.
Little potty.
Oh God.
Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Asshole. Anyway, so I did that, and all of a sudden, I had the same kind of thing happen again. Dizzy spells, room spinning, and I passed out.
You were in the bathroom?
I was in the bathroom. Now, here's the funny thing about it.
I forgot about that part.
When I all of a sudden I wake up, my mom's like, Brian, are you okay? Brian, are you okay? What happened? Because I'm on above the garage, above her bedroom and my dad's bedroom, and she must have heard the big thud or whatever. And she came up, running up, and she didn't touch me. She just, was once again, was waking up out of a dream. So,
okay.
She helped me up, and luckily I did not the toilet is right next to a counter.
You didn't hit anything.
I did not hit anything. I bit my lips though, inside of my lips, which really hurt, by the way.
Yeah, that usually does hurt.
Yeah.
So this is really awkward. At what point in the process did you pass out? Had you already?
Well, this is what's really interesting though. I did not remember that I did this, but I did flush and have enough time to put little Chili back in the hole.
That's how. So you were.
I'm making as much fun about this as I can. Okay?
You were in midstream and then you started getting dizzy, flushed the toilet, and then
no, I finished.
Oh, you finished.
I finished, and okay. I didn't know I finished. That was the funny part about it.
Well, no, I'm saying the process started while you were engaged. You were midstream, is what I'm asking.
No, I think it happened once I had finished. Actually,
okay, right as you finished,
but I don't remember putting little Willie back in.
That's what I was getting. I'm glad that you find this as entertaining as that.
I really do. You have to, but okay. So the point is, my mom didn't see me pass out with my wang out. Okay, and so she comes in. She's being a typical mom. She gets me back. She helps me up. She puts me on the chair. My dad's already asleep, and he comes up. Brian, whoa, what happened? Kath, what happened? Whatever. And she's like, Brian just passed out. Be like, Brian, are you okay? Do you know what's going on? Be like, yes, Mom, I know what's going on. I just passed out. I had an episode. I've had one of these before. Why didn't you tell me this happened already? Be like, well, because I didn't want to worry you like you're worrying right now.
Exactly, right?
Yeah. And
I love that.
But here's the thing that got me. And this is where it comes into being a typical mom. She's like, Brian, you shouldn't have drank that bottle of wine. Brian, are you on anything? Be like, yeah, Mom.
I do cocaine!
No, I don't do that. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm so against any of that. She still asked me anyway. It's like, no, Mom, I don't do any of this. Like, you need to call the doctor tomorrow and you need to set up an appointment. Make a long story short, I still ran the next day. I had a hell of a headache. I don't know if it was more of a hangover because I drank a bottle of wine, but I still, maybe my head hit the floor. You would think it would knock some sense into me, but it probably didn't.
So your head actually did hit the floor then?
I fell to the floor. Bottom line, I felt passed out, hit the floor, like boom, like that.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Exactly.
That really, I feel like that would hurt.
So, yeah. Well, it was enough where I bit down on my lips, but I'm lucky I didn't hit the corner of the top of the whatever, the sink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, though,
not good.
Make a long story short, got to the doctor this week. Okay.
Finally got the doctor.
I got to the doctor on Wednesday.
You sound like me. This happened originally like 2 months ago, and now you're finally getting around the doctor.
Well, yeah.
I do that too. So
I'm a procrastinator. That's what I do.
No, it's not a procrastinator. It's
stubborn.
Yes.
Being a male. It's called being a male. So I got to the doctor, and the doctor's like, Dr. Atlery, by the way. Thank you, Dr. Atlery. And I'm going to do the Dr. Atlery voice. So, Brian, why are you here? You're like, you're like, well, doc, I passed out twice in the last 2 months, and I'm just making it to you because I'm me. Get the AKG in here. So he gets the AKG. My heart rate's fine. Couple heart rates a little higher than they should be. He has me go to a cardiologist. Now, the cardiologist, they had me do a sonogram. Now, granted, I wasn't thinking when I heard the word sonogram, and when I got in there, the lady's like, "Oh, take off your shirt. We're gonna put this stuff on your chest, and we're gonna look at your heart."
The
jelly. Yeah, I didn't know it was the kind of thing they look at to check if a baby's there.
Well, they use it for a lot of different things.
I did not know that.
I had a sonogram before, and I was telling you about that. This was actually when I was in high school. They initially detected some abnormalities with my spinal column.
Okay.
And I guess as a routine, they do the sonogram to check your kidneys, because they use it to check your kidneys.
Okay.
Sometimes
You did tell me that.
back problems can be associated with your kidneys as well. So they just to be safe.
Yeah.
So they had me drink a whole 64 fluid ounces of Gatorade an hour before I came in, or maybe it was 2 hours before. But yeah, that's the big mamma jamma.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's not the small.
The big mamma jamma.
The big mamma jamma. And I had to piss so bad for an hour, and I couldn't, because you had to have a full bladder so they could see everything. And then they make you take your shirt off, rub that cold jelly, and it's all gross. You feel like
it was sick, and
I feel like Slimer, crashed on you.
He slimed me,
and then it's really cold too. Was it really cold?
It wasn't too bad.
I remember.
I think you got some enjoyment because it feels like something else you use.
Nah, it was really cold.
Starts with a K and ends in a Y.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Anyway. But the nurse, the technician, I'll say technician, she was pushing down into my rib cage, which hurt so much. But I mean, other than that, you got to see your heart, and you got to hear your heart beating, and it was pretty cool because you saw the blue and red lights and all that kind of stuff on the machine. She's like, "Oh yeah, well, now we get to see if you're pregnant." I was like, "Oh, you're funny." It's like, you're very funny, lady. Be like, I just want to find out what the hell's wrong with me. So
when I was there, because they pressed down really hard, especially because
they really pushed down.
Since I had to pee, they kept pushing down. I'm like, I'm gonna explode in about 10 seconds.
Waterfall.
And then that would have been really bad. But then it was funny because then she's asking me, she's like, "Do you have both your kidneys?" And I was like, "Yes, I think so." And that's a weird question. No one's ever asked me that before.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "I'm pretty sure." And then I get the report back. They're like, "Yeah, you only have one kidney." I was only born with one kidney, apparently.
Really?
Go figure, yeah. That's how I found out.
Casey only has one kidney.
Dramatic prairie dog or whatever.
Exactly. Anywho, you have one kidney. Turns out my heart is fine because they were checking my heart rate.
That's good news. That's good news.
No blood clots, as normal as it can be. And the funniest part about it is they found out I do have a heart. If I only had a heart.
It may be 3 sizes too small, but it is there.
Hey, it's cold. It was very cold, they said. So cold.
Cold-blooded.
Cold hard bitch. Just a kiss on the lips. Anyway, though,
I'm tapping out. I have no more songs.
I go back to see the actual cardiologist on this upcoming Monday. He's going to probably tell me that I'm fine, and then I go back to the doctor a week from then, and then they're probably going to be like, "Brian, you're okay. We didn't find anything." And you know what's funny is I almost want them to find something wrong.
Yeah,
it sounds stupid, but
no,
just
I know
because I want to know what the hell's wrong with me.
I know. I went through the same thing. I mean, my situation was completely different. But when I was, dealing with problems with my neck and my back, I was in a lot of pain for a very, very long time. I mean, it was like 6 months, and just the process of going to the doctor. If you've never dealt with that, it's kind of hard to explain it.
Right.
But it's like you go to the doctor, and they're just like, "I don't know what's wrong. Come back. We're going to do this test."
And don't you feel like an idiot almost? Be like, it's like you're making it up, and they're giving you a look. Be like, "Well, we'll do this and this."
It's not well. I didn't necessarily have that because I was like,
because that's what I feel like. No. The doctor's literally
oh my
like,
God, who the hell cares?
That's what they're like. You're paying them all this money for a $20 $20 copay, depending on your health insurance if you have any. But they come in the room for 5 minutes. Now, granted, I told you, I was like, I wonder how long he's going to be in the office with me for, or in the waiting room. He's in there for 20 minutes or so.
I mean, yeah, because I've been to more doctors in my life than I care to ever be.
Yeah.
Been enough hospitals. I mean, I've been to Hopkins, and I literally waited for about 3 hours for the doctor. The intern or whatever they're called comes in. The students, they come in, they ask you all the questions, they do, and you haven't had to deal with like the neurological stuff. Like for me, because of my issues with my neck and my back, they do the whole like where they check your reflexes, and then they make you like take off your shirt, and then you have to like walk in a straight line. Like it's almost like a sobriety test.
I might have had to do that before because they thought I had scoliosis before.
Yeah, we had to do all that stuff, and then you have to like pull their arm. It's all this like battery of stuff that makes you feel like an idiot, and then the actual doctor comes in. And then he's like, okay. And then leaves.
Exactly.
Like it's just, you wait for hours. And then you get to see him for 5 minutes.
Yeah. I had a problem back in college. It was, I couldn't handle any kind of acid foods or whatever. Anything like that. And, the point is they had to put me under and they just put one of those cameras down your throat.
The endoscopes, right?
Exactly. They check your insides or whatever and that kind of stuff. Turns out I had something called a hiatal hernia.
Ooh.
And I had to be very careful with what I ate. I had to be careful with caffeine, anything like that. Gets to me from time to time. Occasionally I was on Nexium for a while, whatever. Same problem though, be like, at least they found something, wrong with me or whatever, I mean, I don't know I think it was more related to stress. This could be related to stress. I mean,
is that who told you that?
What, at the time?
No. Who told you that it could be related to stress?
What I'm going through right now?
Yes.
Nobody told me that. I'm saying that I'm coming to that conclusion. It could be. I don't know.
I think this is going to sound kind of dumb. I wouldn't get that in your head because then you're going to stress out. Yeah. It sounds like
actually,
you're stressing about
I've been very calm about this last couple of days. I think, especially on Thursday, I think I was pretty calm.
Yeah, I mean, I
you
guess,
don't agree. You don't.
No,
agree.
I agree that you've been calm. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess people handle stress in different ways, and to me, you haven't seemed like you've been overly stressed out. So when you say that you think it's due to stress,
I'm saying, well, I mean, and everybody deals with stress. Anybody who doesn't deal with stress is full of S. I mean, I think more I'm pissed because they told me I can't exercise. I couldn't run my half marathon today. That I was hoping to come back with a good story how I ran over the Seven River Bridge and broke my time, and then you could bust me on that. Be like, well, Brian posted a time of 1:42 and 30 seconds, not 35. But I can't do that today. So I have to, and just, I'm going to just, gain some weight, going to eat some more pizza, going to eat a lot of popcorn.
I'm all about that. I'm good at that. So if you want if you have any questions about how to achieve that, just
you're not, okay, fatty, whatever. You're not fat, so shut up.
You told me that before.
No, you're not. I told you that.
You've told me on the show. You were like, I don't know. Anyway.
You called me fat boy when I was eating my zinger.
Well, it's because you ate like 10 zingers. We're recording the episode, and you couldn't put the boxes.
It took me to kill that box? 2 days.
2 days? I thought you had it killed.
3.
I thought you killed it by the end of the day.
No.
Or by the
There's
end of the
12
episode.
in there. I did like 4 that day, and then 2 the next.
Because when we were doing that, you were like, "Hold on," and you like grab a zinger, and then you'd eat it real quick when I'm talking, and then I'll come back to you, and then you would talk, and then we'd go to the next segment, and then you'd grab another 2, and then you probably had like 4 while we were recording. Yeah. C is for cookie, and that's good enough for me.
Cookie. Anyway, though, hopefully next week I can report some good news, and then I'll be back to my old self. Of, whatever.
I hope that goes well for you.
I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm making it sound worse than it is, but I'm sorry. But when somebody passes out twice, you got to kind of wonder what's going on.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, moving on. Though, we got a little bit of time here, and you know what I'm about to bring up, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Houdini.
What the hell is that?
I don't know. It's something from Star Wars. I can't remember what it is.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Star Wars. Okay. Case, I have Return of the Jedi was on this week. Okay.
Great movie.
Very good movie. I actually used to be my favorite Star Wars movie.
It used to be.
Used to be.
Okay,
this was up until about like 10 years ago when I rewatched Empire Strikes Back and found out that was one of the most badass Star Wars movies ever.
Empire Strikes Back is possibly the greatest movie ever.
Yeah. Actually one of the best movies. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can make that argument. It's definitely in my top 10.
Yeah.
Maybe even top 5. I can't remember. But we'll have to do that one day. We'll have to make a list.
Yeah. The point is, though, I was watching it, and I came to the realization, I was like, you know what? This would have been such a great movie if it wasn't for the goddamn Ewoks. Seriously. I I realized that I don't like Return of the Jedi as much as I used to when I was a kid. I thought I was like, I was at the time be like, the third movie, I always used to think it was one of the best in the trilogy, but it really isn't. It's kind of like sad in a way that it came down to the Ewoks. It's like, you think these little things are cute. They're not cute. They're annoying, okay? You know why?
Yeah.
They are cannibals, man.
They're cannibals. No, they're not.
What do you think they were doing? The Ewoks eat humans, dude. They were going to cook Luke. They were going to cook. What do you think when they had like Luke, Han Solo, and Chewie like over top the fire? You think they were just going to barbecue them just for fun?
Just because they eat cannibalism infers they eat their own species.
Okay.
They were going to cook.
They're meat eaters then.
Okay, that doesn't
They're
matter.
sick little fuzzballs.
They were going to sacrifice them to please C-3PO, their shiny god.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. I just don't care for them. Brian Thomas has officially declared war on the Ewoks.
Why?
I can't stand them. Okay, I even made a good list. I'm going to go through really quick. George Lucas tried to lighten up the tone of Empire Strikes Back. So what does he do? He gets the Ewoks, okay? Little creatures that look like braided Chewbacca hair. What a douchebag. Seriously, man. I mean, I think I agree with this article that I read. They led to the downfall of the Star Wars trilogy. If it wasn't for the Ewoks...
What?
If it wasn't for the Ewoks, then we would have had Jar Jar Binks. And we wouldn't have had that crappy Phantom of...
No, you said we wouldn't.
We would.
If it wasn't for the Ewoks, then we wouldn't have had Jar Jar Binks.
Right.
Never. Anyway.
You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Because of the Ewoks, we got Jar Jar Binks, we got the Phantom Menace, and we got a crappy prequel trilogy.
No,
BS.
I think if you take the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, very great trilogy, one of the best trilogies ever. The prequel trilogies were tainted by poor writing, poor directing, and an over-reliance on CGI and green scene cinematography. Jar Jar Binks was terrible, but they got rid of it.
So are the Ewoks.
The Ewoks, I will admit that they are not the best part of the trilogy, but I think you're giving them too much credit.
I disagree, man.
I don't watch it and I think, there's these. Damn, I can only.
They
enjoy
can't
this
bend
movie.
their knees or elbows, yet they have constructed elaborate treetop homes.
Now you're just nitpicking.
I am nitpicking.
Okay, so
wouldn't ramps be a little bit more plausible?
Answer me this.
Okay.
When you watch Return of the Jedi, are you really sitting there thinking, "Man, I would enjoy this movie if it wasn't for these damn Ewoks"?
Seriously, I would actually. They could have been a whole better story.
So it ruins your experience for the entire movie just for the Ewoks.
Yes.
See, when I watched Return of the Jedi, I'm like, they're not the coolest people in the franchise, but I mean, it's okay.
They serve as how do they say it? Cannon fodder for the second act of the movie. I don't know.
Why don't you come up with your own opinion? Because that's reading.
Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna.
You're sitting there reading this list.
I'm gonna write down these. I'm gonna take down these quotes, and I think these quotes are hilarious. By the way, you know what, Case? Love is like an Ewok. Okay, they're cute from a distance, but up close, smelly, difficult to understand, and likely to beat you to death with sticks. No? How about this? You can't teach an old Ewok new tricks, but you know what you can teach one? But you can make one taste delicious in a pot roast with preserved lemon, rosemary, and salt. Yummy.
Where are you getting this?
There's tons of websites dedicated. This is my point. Tons of websites dedicated to why Ewoks are evil, man. I'm telling you, man. You know, if they even bring back one Ewok in this new trilogy, by the way, I'm not going to watch it. If I see one or I hear one mention any trailer or review, I'm not going. Okay?
Man, I don't
War is declared on the Ewoks, and each and every week I will post a new picture of the downfall or why I hate Ewoks. Till this new movie comes out. I will find it.
I think
you have nothing.
I'm not defending the Ewoks.
Yes, you are.
I'm not sitting here saying that, the Ewoks are amazing and we should praise the Ewoks. But I mean, you get bent out of shape by the Ewoks, man.
I really do. They're freaky little things, man. They don't even blink. Who wants to see a giant teddy bear staring at you?
Ted, go. You want to watch Ted?
At least he blinks.
That's true.
And he doesn't carry around a little wooden stick and look like he's a homeless guy. That's my own right there, okay? And then they have the teeth. No.
I know what I'm getting you for.
You.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, okay? Seriously.
At Christmas, I'm gonna get you a stuffed Ewok. God. A life-size stuffed Ewok. So it'll be.
I'm gonna let Casey tear it up, too.
It'll be 2 feet tall.
God.
What is it?
It's like one of those little one of those little dolls, like Goosebumps dolls. You remember the little doll in Goosebumps? Like
the ventriloquist dummy. You're talking about?
Yeah, it's like that.
Dummy.
It freaks me out just like that.
My grandfather used to have a ventriloquist dummy, and it freaked me. Oh my God!
Yeah, you
scared
said
me.
it. Yeah, I'll beep it out. Don't worry.
No, I didn't say it.
Yeah,
Why?
you did.
I don't know. Anyway, it freaked me out, dude.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the Ewoks. They freak me out, man. At least who are the little guys?
You're scarred. What?
Who are the little guys in Star Wars that look like little Jedis, but they had the yellow eyes and they had the same voice as an Ewok, but they weren't. They were the ones who got R2D2 and C-3PO.
The Jawas.
Yeah. So at least those are a little bit better. They're a little bit more badass. These guys, the little Ewoks. Yeah, I'm a giant teddy bear. I don't blink and I have teeth that don't move. Yum, yum, yum. I'm declaring war on those little bastards, man.
You let little things get under your skin.
Seriously, I've already had one of those weeks already. So you're just watching Return of the Jedi and seeing that it just pissed me off. It really did.
You just needed something to distract you, so you figured you would research all. I love how you went in and researched.
I really did.
All the anti-Ewok.
I had a little bit of time at lunchtime and work, and you know what? I researched it, and I was just like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to go do is, first of all, I'm going to sue George Lucas, and then I'm going to get a lightsaber.
Too much time on your hands.
And then I'm going to just take a lightsaber.
You realize that a lightsaber is an imaginary object, right?
No, it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. It's as real as an Ewok is that's going to be fried for Christmas dinner.
Well, you realize if you're going to get a lightsaber, you have to go in some legendary cave and
far away
and grab your crystal and show my true nerd colors right now.
You really are. You are a nerd. I don't care.
You know Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't care what you say. You are a nerd.
Whatever.
I'm a nerd too.
Samuel L. Jackson, one of the stipulations he had for being in the prequel trilogy was that he had a purple
lightsaber.
I'm tired
of lightsaber.
Tired of these snakes on this plane.
I'm tired of these snakes on this plane. Anywho, on that note, as I like to say, find us on iTunes. You know what? Actually, you can not only find us on iTunes and Podbean, but thanks to the talents of Mr. Cochran, he has got us on a little thing called Stitcher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
We got to talk about this really quick, so I'm going to stop it right here.
Something important. I totally forgot. Yes, we are on Stitcher, so Stitcher is one more way to enjoy the Brian and Casey experience.
There's an app for that, as they say.
Yeah, Stitcher's an app. You can get it on Android or Apple devices.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just
another way to enjoy the Brian and Casey experience.
Well, yeah, all podcasts, but then you just search for us. And
listen to us.
Yeah, that's what
we know. You're out there. We know you're downloading us a little bit more. And you know what else, Case? We were featured on What's Hot on Podbean.
Well, sort of.
On featured podcast, anyway.
Yes.
We're not hot. I mean, I am,
Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Hot, feeling hot.
And you know what else is great?
We got up to something.
5,000 downloads. Over 5,000 downloads.
Over 5,000 downloads.
So that's... I feel like we should be throwing a party. Pop champagne.
Pop champagne. Party poppers.
You love...
You celebrate,
Celebrate good times. Come on. No? Okay. You're looking at me like crazy. No.
Anywho, let's try this again. Anywho, you can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher. Thank you. Don't interrupt me, Dick. Facebook.com/Brian and Casey Experience. Twitter, BNCEXP. Next week we shall return. a couple things I want to do shed light on.
We will be back.
We will be back.
Like Bond, we will be back.
I give up. Anyway, we got a couple things coming new to the Brian Casey experience. Casey and I are talking. We've made a few upgrades anyway. You guys won't notice it, but we were going to do, and we're talking about doing one bonus show a month, right, Case?
That's the plan.
A feature bonus show. So we'd I don't know about you, but I'd like everybody's input.
Yeah.
I
want to know what the people want to hear. We are for the people, by the people.
Kind of like how we did a Bond experience. We can do a Lord of the Rings. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do a Star Wars one. It doesn't have to be movies, but whatever.
As long as the whole episode is not you trashing the Ewoks.
Might as well be. We have a couple other coming things. Is if I can get to work, I'm going to try to get us on YouTube, Case.
All right, I like it. I think it's possible.
Another way to listen to us, anyway.
Another way to enjoy
the show. One more thing. I'm not going to announce it yet because it's not quite ready, but it includes a .com at the end of it. That'll be that's future plans for 2013, anyway.
2013.
2013.
The year of Brian and Casey.
The year of the boar and Brian and Casey.
The boar? Oh, was it the Chinese symbol for...
Oh, come on. Year of the boar and Jackie Robinson.
I don't know.
Jesus. Anywho, for the Brian and Casey experience, I am Brian Thomas. Thanks to everyone for joining us and tuning in.
And I'm Casey Cochran. Keep downloading the podcast.
Keep on trucking and, keep on doing those banjos and tater salad and mashed potatoes.
Get down in the corner there, take a left, and then, I don't know. I got nothing.
I know. I just was hoping Amber would realize that sooner or later, too.
I hate you.
I know you do. Yeah, a love-hate relationship. That's what we are.
It's all hate over here.
Hate. Everybody's got to hate. Don't hate the play, hate the game. We will catch you next time. Peace out.
Bye-bye.